Pointed Path was a filly scout and aspiring orienteer. Her cutie mark was a rocky peak with a dirt path on the side. So for a summer trip, her parents took her to the Chimera Mountains to visit a series of cabins known as the Chimera Mountain Club Huts, or CMC Huts. They let her pick the hut to visit. Pointed picked Marespah Hut. On a good day, she would have been perfectly capable of making the climb, but on the day that they were set to climb, the region was scheduled for a light drizzle. "You sure you want to go?" her father asked, showing her the weather report.
"It's only a small shower in the afternoon, Dad. We'll be fine,"
she replied, undeterred by the rain. Unfortunately for her, the Pegasi made a grievous error in the forecast. Where it was listed as a light drizzle, it was actually a thunderstorm, taking a medium hike to one an expert outdoors pony would barely make. By the time the Path family would realize this error, they were more than halfway to the hut. Too far to turn back, they decided to press on to the hut. However, tragedy struck. One misstepped on a rocky section slick with rain sent Pointed falling off the cliff. Her mother, a unicorn, tried to catch her in telekinesis, but it barely slowed her fall. Worried for Pointed, her father carefully traveled the remainder of the way to the hut, while her mother waited where Pointed had fallen. An hour passed before the CMC staff arrived with Dad. They were able to rescue Pointed's body from where she'd landed, but it was too late. She was already gone. The on-staff medic declared her dead at 7:42 p.m. Pointed's body was put into a body bag and carried back to the hut. It was too unsafe to return to the bottom of the mountain until daybreak. It was a long night at the Marespah Hut. The body bag was stored in the basement of the hut to keep it out of sight of the other guests. The storm raged on through the night, only ending as Celestia raised the sun the following morning. When they went to the basement in the next morning to retrieve Pointed's body bag, it had moved clear across the room. Opening the bag, Pointed's parents and the CMC staff would learn Pointed had not died and was merely unconscious. She had woken up in any pony's worst nightmare, sealed inside a body bag. Her hooves were worn down to the bone, trying in vain to break through the bag. The storm from the night before, drowning out her cries for help. By the time morning had come, she had suffocated. This incident would be a dark stain on the CMC huts, bringing them to near bankruptcy. It was revealed that they had cut more than a few corners in cutting their trails into the Chimera Mountains. Though ponies can have tragically short attention spans, soon Equestria was at war, and CMC huts were taken over by the Ministry of Peace. Many strides were made to make the trails safer for ponies. One day, a family hoping to get away from Manhattan would make a reservation for Marespah Hut. The family had a very spoiled young colt who was not thrilled with the nature vacation. The whole hike, he complained,
"Why do they make these trails so long?
And,
Can we take a break?"
So the family was exhausted when they reached the hut. Having missed the provided dinner, they went straight to bed. The next day, the colt had vanished. His mom told the authorities he had gone to the bathroom around 1 a.m. The MOM and the MOP mobilized a search party and scoured the entirety of the mountain range and found nothing. No foal nappers, no foal, not even a body. Even an Equestria-born zebra couple, who had just happened to be vacationing at Marespah Hut, was brought in for questioning. Still nothing. 3 days later, the colt's mom was doing one last look around the hut before giving up on her son, when she noticed a door that had not been checked. The door to the basement. After the Pointed Path incident, it had been boarded up. It had been ignored because it was unused. Checking inside, there was the colt giggling, completely unharmed, if a bit dehydrated. His mom ran up and hugged him. "Where have you been?" she sobbed. The colt smiled and replied,
"I was playing with Pointed."
The colt had been found alone in the dusty basement.